Hey everyone, so I'm here to do my answers for the questions video that I posted. I wasn't really expecting to get that many questions. I was really excited for the questions that you guys asked. They were really, really good questions and I got a lot. So hopefully this video isn't too long, but I really have to jump into these questions because there are a lot written down here. So let's get started with the first one. Oh, I do want to address, I got a lot of music questions, like what's your favorite band, stuff like that. I'll be addressing that in a separate music tag, so there aren't going to be any music-related questions or answers in this video because I am going to be doing a separate video on just pure music, what I like. So first question, what is your major? Got a lot of questions about school and what my goals are and stuff like that, and I'll get to those. But firstly, my major, well, currently it is English at the school that I'm at. When I transfer, I will be continuing my English degree, getting a bachelor's in that, and then will change my degree or my major to fashion merchandising, or where I'm going is called apparel marketing. I'm not doing design or anything. Whenever I seem to tell people that I am majoring in fashion, they automatically assume that I'm a designer, and I'm not. I just want to work in it and be a marketer or buyer or something like that. But yeah, that's my major right now, English then fashion, double major. Second question, how tall are you? I am 5'7", and for the longest time I thought it was 5'5", but I guess I'm 5'7", so moving on. The next question, what is your shoe size? I am a size 8, generally. I vary, but everyone does. When did you start wearing / collecting makeup? I started wearing makeup when I was in 8th grade, and I wore really, really heavy eyeliner, lots of black eyeshadow. Yeah, I was really into that when I first started, and I didn't understand makeup at all. I remember I was in PE class once, and a kid came up to me and asked me if I had gotten a black eye, if someone had punched me because of my black eye makeup, but I was obsessed with it and continue to wear black eye makeup. I still do. I love it. And collecting makeup, I didn't start collecting makeup until 2009. No, not even then. I believe it was, oh yeah, it was 2009. Fall of 2009, sometime around there. Is when I started actually collecting high-end makeup. I always had like the staples, you know, like the eyeliner, mascara, and that was basically all I wore was eyeliner, mascara for a really, really long time. Then I started collecting makeup in 2009. What is your favorite color? I actually have two, purple, deep purples. I love dark colors, so deep purple plummy colors, kind of a red tone plum, and forest green are my favorite colors. What do you want to do when you leave college? You know, what is your dream job? When I leave college, I would love to start working for either a website, a web magazine, a magazine, something like that. My dream would be to be a fashion writer and write for like a website, doing a fashion column for a magazine, something like that. But I don't want to get a journalism degree, so my second major is in English, and that's by coincidence that I want that job because English is my passion. It's my favorite thing. Absolutely love English. I haven't always, but I've been a writer since I was 10, so I have a real passion for it, so I'm going to try and use that to my advantage to get a job writing for a magazine or something. Were you popular in high school? This is one of my favorite questions because no, I was not popular whatsoever. I had one friend. Yeah, my other friends went to different schools, and at the high school I had one friend. Even when I had a boyfriend, he went to a different school, Tyler. He went to a different school, so yeah, I had one friend. I was not popular. People knew of me, and when I see them now, they kind of look at me and smile like we know each other, but I'm like, I don't know you. Like, I know of you, but I don't know you. How often do you go shopping for clothes and makeup? For clothes, it's about every 2 months. It used to be so much more. It used to be about twice a month when I didn't live on my own, but now that's all I can afford is pretty much every 2 months. And makeup I haven't purchased in 6 months. Can you believe that? My Project Pan has been going on for 6 months, and I've kept to it too. So I'm going to buy makeup this weekend, I think, to treat myself. But yeah, that's pretty much it. How do I afford it, and what is my job? I got a lot of questions about what I do for my job, and I've said it before. I afford it by working, for one, so that answers that question. And where I work is at the college that I currently attend. I work in the admissions office, so just enrolling, registering, transcripts, things like that is what I do. I answer phones. I work the front window for the school and stuff like that, so that's what I do. It pays really nice, above minimum wage. It's all I can ask for, so it's really good. When did I get my first boyfriend, and how many have I had total? That's kind of embarrassing. Technically, my first boyfriend was in 8th grade, and then I dated, the second boyfriend I had was my first long-term relationship. I've had about 10 boyfriends total, 2 long-term. So my first long-term was 1.5 years. My second long-term is what I'm in right now, which is over 4 years. And in between, I had about 8 boyfriends, and they were all about 2 months each. So, you know. Did you have one best friend or a large group of friends? Well, I actually only have 3 best friends right now, and I've never had a large group of friends. I've never had a group where we all go out and do stuff. Goes back to the high school thing. I only had one friend in high school. So, yeah, I only have really one friend at a time. I'm more of a one-friend type of girl. I always have, like, one best friend versus multiple close friends. The next question is a little personal, but I'm always honest with you guys, and I'm not ashamed of my answer, so I will answer it. The question is, are you a virgin? And someone had posted a reply to this question saying that's too much information. I don't really think so. I mean, sex is like one of those topics that is kind of taboo to talk about, especially on the internet. Like, you don't want to talk about it. But I'm totally comfortable answering that. No, I'm not a virgin. But I will tell you, I've been with one person, and I'm still with that person. So that's why I'm not ashamed to tell you that. If it was more than that, or, you know, something embarrassing, I wouldn't have answered it. But I've only been with one person, and I'm engaged to him right now, so I'm not ashamed to answer that. My favorite book is The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon by Stephen King. Look it up if you haven't seen or read it. When was your first kiss, and was it awkward? My first kiss was with my first long-term boyfriend in 8th grade. And no, it wasn't awkward at all. It was amazing. It was a really good first kiss. How old were you when you realized you wanted to work in fashion? It was actually in the spring of 2009 that I did. I took a fashion history class. I was actually interested in fashion like the December before that, so like 2008. I've always looked at magazines. I've been subscribed to magazines my whole life, and I've always been involved in that, but I never really thought of it as a realistic career choice. So that's why I never went for it. So then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. And I have ever since. Favorite model and designer. Favorite model right now is Lindsay Wixon or Lily Donaldson, one of the two. And favorite designer ever is Ballman. Actually, I'm kind of channeling Ballman today with my shoulder pads. That's funny. When did I become a vegetarian and why? I became a vegetarian when I was 18. It was on my 18th birthday in 2008. And why? Mainly for health reasons at first. I've kept to it because of the cruelty to animals. I'm going to be straight up. I can't really stomach it anymore. I can't stomach the meat. I can't stomach the thought of the animals. So I don't really think about it. And I'm proud that I've gone this long, and I don't think I'll ever go back. The next question has kind of struck me off guard. I didn't really know how to answer it. What is your personality? It's really hard for someone to label themselves as far as personality goes, because you think that you know yourself, but then other people have such different opinions of you. So I would say that I know I'm an introvert. I love staying in. I love reading, taking baths, watching movies, cuddling, eating good food at home, and just staying in. I don't go out to party at all. Not really one of those people. It's really, really rare that I would go out for a party, and it'd have to be like a really special occasion, someone I'm close to, something like that. What did I do in high school, grade-wise? Well, let me just say that I went to summer school every summer I was there, except for after senior year. So, yeah, I almost didn't pass high school. I failed 5 classes in total in high school, retook 4 of them in summer school. It was just, I was not a good student. Now I have a 3.0 maintained in college, so I'm proud of that. But high school was not my time. I hated school. I hated classes. I hated homework. Hated it. Have you always been an atheist? No, I didn't come out of the womb being an atheist. I was Christian until I was 15. And then I don't know what it was. I don't know how all of a sudden I switched. But I'm not going to say anything offensive here, but I turned atheist when I was 15. What are your political views? This again is really personal, but I'm completely honest with you guys. I don't mind anything. Bashing me doesn't really hurt my feelings that much, so I'm just going to say I am registered Green Party, And I registered to vote when I was 18, of course, and I registered initially for Green Party because I was so into nature. I still am. Still registered Green Party, and I do vote Green. In the 2008 election, I voted for Cynthia McKinney. I did not vote for McCain. I did not vote for Barack Obama, but I'm very glad with who won. I love Barack Obama. He was a great second choice for me, but Cynthia McKinney was my first, but I understand that Green will never win an election, and I'm fine with that, but I have to stick to my personal beliefs, and I'm always going to be voting Green most of the time, depending on the candidates. So, what was your childhood like? That's an interesting question. I don't really know. I camped a lot. I grew up in one town until I was 8, and then I moved to this town. Well, not this one. This one's kind of like separate. And then I moved again, and then I moved again, and then my parents got divorced, I moved again, and moved again. So I moved a lot when I was young. Can't really go into detail because I'd have to tell you the towns and whatnot. But yeah, I moved a lot in my childhood. What do you think about plastic surgery? I personally would never get plastic surgery. I don't have anything against people who do. I think they're ridiculed a little bit too much, but it's basically a personal opinion. It's personal choice. I think if they want to do it, by all means, I don't mind. Like, it doesn't really affect me if other people do it. Yeah, I know one of my friends is going to get plastic surgery, so I fully support her, and I always will. So I don't have anything negative to say really about plastic surgery. I mean, it can be, detrimental to your health if you're like Heidi Montag and want like 10 surgeries in one day. I don't think if you go overboard like Heidi Montag did, it's necessarily negative, but just personally, I'm really happy with the way I look, body and face, so I would never get plastic surgery. I wouldn't get Botox or anything like that, but I don't judge people who do get it unless you're Heidi Montag. Okay, the next one is a difficult life experience that I've learned from. Definitely moving out is the hardest thing I've ever had to do, and that's pretty good because it's not the most difficult thing that I'll ever experience in my life. But I haven't really had a hard life experience that I have to learn from, but moving out has taught me so much, and I'm going to have so many stories and so much information to tell my children that it's not even funny. Trust me. It's really hard, and you lose a lot of money that when I lived at home with my mom, I had spent money like it was nothing, and now it's like I cling on to everything because you never know when the PG&E bill is going to be over $100 or $200, so you got to prepare, and you have to have backup money. So it's really hard. It has taught me so much. Okay, the last thing I'm going to answer, and I unfortunately have to answer this lastly because there's a lot of other questions I want to get to, but I just can't given the time because I have to keep it under 15 minutes because YouTube editor doesn't let me go over 15 even though I'm partner. It's confusing. Anyway, last question is just my quotations that I live by. The first one is by Shakespeare, and it is, "Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none." It's my favorite quote ever. And then the next one is by Albert Pine, and he says, "What we do for ourselves dies with us, and what we do for others and the world remains and is immortal." Love that quote. It's beautiful. It's definitely true. So, there are all the questions that I have time to answer. Please feel free to leave comments, and I'll answer your questions in the comments section. If you want me to really answer your question, I missed it in the questions video, please do that. I will answer. So, please feel free to leave extra questions down below. I'll go ahead and answer them for you just in a comment response, though, not in a video. So, that being said, I'll see you next time. Bye.